One, let's go. Today we are doing a video.
Today we are lit off our titties.
Literally
Gross.
off the titties. This is a 10-minute timer. You can't see it. 10 minutes timer starting now.
This is actually our third take.
The other two takes were like.
The first one was rusty. The second one, the audio was bad.
The first one was rusty. The second one was also rusty, and the audio was bad for both of them.
Okay, well, I thought the second one was I thought I was killing it.
Well, the second one was definitely better, but the audio was rusty for both of them.
Yeah. Okay, so.
We're doing Mario Kart.
My name is Antonia.
My name is Harrison.
And, we are making this video for our separate channel from New World called Kilonova. And, basically, you might be wondering what a kilonova is.
Explain what a kilonova is.
A kilonova is when two stars collide together, commonly known as a supernova. And they become neutron stars. And then the neutron stars might collide together if they find themselves fancying another neutron star.
I fancy
out in the galaxy. Yeah. And so then they might go, and minerals will go everywhere. Dude. And then that's how life starts. That's how a new world starts. New world.
I was just imagining.
Minerals going everywhere, like cum shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like a cum shot of minerals.
Sure, basic? Yeah.
I'll let you imagine that. And then, yeah, we're basically just planting seeds is what we're doing. We hope that our Kilonova plants seeds.
Yeah, we're here to be Genghis Khan to the world. That's our plan.
And then, yeah, so we hope that we can become supernova neutron stars, and then our collaboration together will collide and become, we can go Kilonova, which has a bigger impact.
I'm trying to go Kilonova with you.
The biggest impact is what we want.
I want to impact big.
Big. So, what we hope to do with this new channel is that we hope we can just kind of fuck around. We want to make stuff. We want to get better at making things, and New World is more for us making things that are like curated for a specific movement, sort of. It's us basically going like max weight at the gym versus like doing, light cardio or light reps
like
at
rather
the gym.
Than doing a quick jog on the.
Yeah, but okay, basically with Kilonova, we're trying to challenge.
Treadmill.
We're trying to challenge ourselves.
Call it treadmill.
Stamina wise, and New World, we're trying to challenge ourselves with quality. So, yeah.
Stamina versus quality.
Yeah, we want to be able to produce lots of stuff in the future with good quality. So right now, we're trying to both learn how to make things with good quality, but also how to make many things. So Kilonova is us learning how to make many things and just get them out instead of holding them and getting paralysis from perfectionism and existentialism. Okay, so
I exist.
right now we are working on something for New World, which we have realized is kind of a big undertaking, more so than we thought.
It's scary.
And with the New World, what we're trying to do is, create voices of this world, voices of our reality, individual realities within the main reality of the world is ending. Because the world is kind of ending. And so, the story we're working on right now is called, it was originally called Reckless Nihilism, but now it's called What Else Do You Not Know?
Well, okay, slow down. Originally, it was called Rex's Nihilism Sucks.
Right.
But now it's called What Else Do You Not Know?
Right.
You were speaking so quickly.
My bad. Okay. So now it's called What Else Do You Not Know? Nice. Which is, like in parentheses, not. Because basically, it's like, what else do you know? But what else do you not know? It's,
It was an Evangelion reference.
It's an Evangelion reference. Look it up, big boys. Okay. This is really vulnerable, low key, but we're a little tipsy, so we don't care.
I think we're 2 drinks in.
Yeah, 2 drinks. Okay. So, what else do you not know? Is a project that originated. Basically, what happened is Harrison wanted to make a short film loosely based off of this big manuscript that he's been working on for a long time called Warm Tears. Visual representation here.
Yeah, Tona actually orchestrated making a
credit.
Like a basically a binding for it. And it's pretty cute. So we helped design it together. This is Warm Tears. This is 95,000 words of my brain.
Yes. He was gonna write it and then off himself.
I was gonna write it and then I was gonna off myself. I was gonna write it and then, depending on my tolerance for life, was either going to continue to make it into a film series or stop it writing. But the plan was to finish
stop writing my life story.
Or like, stop. Yeah. Well, either I was going to say the final medium would be novel, or the final medium was, I know this isn't a novel, but this is a manuscript, it's loose, it's not a fucking format, I know.
But
or I was going to make it into a film. Either way, the goal was to, after I feel told, I'm going to kill myself.
Yes, and so it was this big project that originally is what brought me and Harrison together. He asked me to come on and produce this project, and no, on camera. And he asked me to come on and produce this project, and I said,
"This isn't to be public. This isn't to be public.
This is gonna be public."
I honestly like the idea of this being public.
Yeah, me too. I kind of like getting off to it, you know. I'm kind of like, people are gonna think that, oh wow, they're chill, they're fun to hang out with when they're tipsy. What would they be like sober? They'd probably be so much better sober than tipsy. That's what everybody's saying.
I don't know, dude.
No, I'm kidding. Anyways.
I don't know what people think. Who are people?
Are you people? He doesn't know people because he lives in a box. Back to Warm Tears. Basically, what happens is that after high school, Max, the main protagonist in Warm Tears, comes to understand that the world he lives in isn't very good, and after school, he's no longer in a system that's like kind of carrying you through the world as if they care about you. Mm. And basically, what he feels is very nihilistic. Mm. So, what happens is that he starts to project this character onto a T-Rex, and basically, this character is, you know, all of the big questions that come with being a human. He's nihilistic. He wants to know what the purpose is to life. Why does Max wake up every day and just play video games and
mention the shadow self,
not do anything? And what this character really is honestly the things that we shun, the things that we put away into our shadow self. A shadow self is basically all these things that we've been taught through our surroundings or the media we even take. Basically, like, it's nurture, are not good, but they are a part of us, and we shove them into this little bag. And basically, we drag this bag around us, behind us, and we never really get rid of it. We just shove these things away. And that basically means that it's our shadow self. That bag is our shadow self. So what Harrison did is he projected this shadow self onto a stuffed animal, kind of sort of relating with like the schizophrenia side of himself, I guess, the part of him that was talking to himself, and sometimes the voices he didn't want to claim the voices always, if that makes sense. And that's sometimes what we do with our shadow self. We don't want to claim our shadow self. So when there's a voice in our head telling us to do something bad, we're like, no, that's not me. No, I would never do that. I'm a good person. But like, really, that is your voice. That is you as well. And until we can accept our shadow and know our shadow, we're always going to feel unwhole, out of control. We're not going to be able to push past fear. Multiple things. Anyways, so Rex's nihilism, the project we're working on right now, is a little snippet of Warm Tears, which goes way beyond just Rex as a character. You know, it goes into religion. There's a devil character. There's a god character. There's a lot in there. So what we're taking is just a small piece of the beginning. Max is alone, and Rex...
It's longer than the second Harry
is
Potter
trying
book.
To point out to him that the life he lives is not real. He lives in a box that he's made for himself to feel safe.
Mm.
And it's not the real world, and Max isn't going to be happy inside the box. Rex is not happy inside the box because Rex needs a purpose, and there's no purpose inside the box. And so Max is going to have to go out.
We should move to the next point.
Okay, sorry.
We're at the 10-minute mark.
Oops. So,
I like how much you talk, though. That's
what
cool.
does... Oh, we only have 1 point left. Our last point is, how do we feel about the generation of creatives that we're a part of? We already talked about that.
Well, we gotta do the last two. We didn't really do the bottom ones.
Okay, the bottom one.
How do we feel about the generation of creatives that we're a part of? Wow.
I feel like a lot of the people
She's just better
in
at
our
talking.
generation.
It's just
That's not true.
It seems to be the fact of the matter.
No. Stop! Don't say that.
Stop.
I feel like the generation of creatives that we're a part of is like, we're living in an age of like a lot of creative freedom. And like everybody has a cell phone. For film specifically, everyone has a cell phone. So everyone can make a movie. That's like what teachers say sometimes, you know, or like people on YouTube. It's like, you really don't need all the bells and whistles. You only need a cell phone. Which is true. Like, you do only need a cell phone, but creativity comes from certain conditions. And a lot of, I mean, the world we live in right now isn't set up for those conditions inherently. We have to learn how to make them. We have to study, you know, how to let our creativity flow. And so I feel like in this society, we don't really, we don't have as much freedom as we think we do to create. Because even though we can create, which is part of, it's partially hard because we feel like we should be creating all the time because we can. Yet at the same time, we have a lot of pressures nowadays. I mean, can you talk more? We've always had pressures, but basically, I don't know. It feels really hard because I said this in the last 2 takes, and so it feels really hard to say it again. I hate repeating myself like that. Creatives today have a strong desire to be creative because a lot of their creative self is being suppressed. A lot of the capitalistic world we live in and the dehumanization and alienation of humans, like we don't feel like we connect to people around us, that makes it hard to create. Yet we have more tools, we have more opportunities to make things, but at the same time we're losing a part of ourselves that is able to like catch these inspiration waves that come at us. Like maybe you get an inspiration like, wow, that's so amazing, but I'm out with friends right now, and I'm not normally out with friends because I'm normally working, and so I can't hang out with friends all the time, you know? Or like I'm getting this creative inspiration, but I have to go to work in 2 hours. God, I fucking hate work. And then you're in a bad mood, and then you don't want to create. I mean, at least that's my struggle. I mean, some people like creativity might be their solution, and they might be very efficient. But honestly, it's really hard not to get depressed in society. And when you're depressed, it's hard to believe that anything you do matters, that you mean anything in the universe. And when you feel that way, it's hard to want to it actually feels more devastating to put your heart out there only to realize people didn't receive it well or didn't mean anything. And being able to upload things to YouTube, it makes you, or YouTube or any social media platform, and say you put your whole heart into it, but then nobody's looking at it, but everybody wants to look at that stupid meme. There's 400,000 views on that stupid meme, and there's only 200 views on this thing I put my heart into. And I think it really just kills people even more. And our society's already killing us. But everybody has really creative ideas right now because we have so much to pull from. We have so many ideas. And so if we can just find a way to lift each other up and get over that, I think we all need to know more about how to find peace in our mind and how to go with creativity when we can, instead of just feeling like we're beating ourselves up all the time if we're not the best we can be in every single category of our life. Like, we think that in order to create this film, we have to go to bed at the same time every night. We have to eat the best food. We have to save our money and not spend any money. Like, we feel like we have to meet all these conditions to be working at our optimal. And in between all of that, we start to lose the value of creativity and inspiration.
This has been everything recently.
Yeah.
Everything coming out of her right now is everything that's been happening in our brains.
Yes.
It's very potent.
And I've seen it a lot with my friends, you know? Everyone seems to be getting a little disheartened. Like, they think people don't want to make good things. People, you know, don't really care anymore about what they're making. Or, I don't know. I feel like this must be what a lot of creative people who want, like, pursuing creativity as an art have felt throughout their lives. And I think specifically right now, our generation of creatives is dealing with the idea of, like, create or be consumed. You know, either we create something or we're constantly consuming things and we don't have the time to create, or we're giving in to consumer culture and so therefore we're working too hard or whatnot. We always think we're in need of something, and because we're in need of something, we don't have the tools to create, which is the toolbox fallacy. We're living in abundance, and it's hard to be meditated in that reality, and it's hard to just find some mental peace. Like, I don't ever want to give up on my goals, but there are some times when I just want to stop doing this stupid race. Like, I don't want to race to see who's gonna become the best next filmmaker, you know? I don't want to race to be, like, to my future. I want to live and I want to create at the same time, and I hope that I can create in the level I want to in the future. But I hate the feeling of, like, I must always have this goal in sight. I must always be trying to be better. Because I think that in general, we are good enough. Living is beautiful in general. Harrison does not subscribe to that.
Yeah, it's just hard to. I want to. I guess I want some of the energy that you have. We have different energy, though. I have energy in different ways.
I think your energy is very rooted in, like, human evolution.
Evolution.
And I think my energy is more rooted in understanding that, like, we don't need to evolve to exist, you know? That sounds funny. That sounds contradictory. But basically,
yes.
like, the human... We don't need to be this... We have so many ideas of how we need to be better in so many different ways because we can't let go of things. And because we can't let go, we're constantly searching for, in many words, immortality, you know?
We're looking for immortality.
Yeah, this whole human evolution. We need to get better. More of us need to survive for longer. We need to spread out. We need to go to space. It's basically just a desire to be immortal.
I don't want to die.
We don't want to not matter. But it's not like I have anything against wanting those things. It's the reason why we want them that's important. Like, say I want to go to space because I just got this feeling in me, like, that'd be so much fun if we could all be there, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of cliche, but that to me is a better reason than we must go to space because it's not safe here on Earth. Like, what are we keeping safe? Are we keeping safe a rigid life where we're constantly scared that we don't matter and someone's coming for us? Or are we trying to keep safe a life of, like, love and contentment, you know? Like, an existence, a oneness with everything around us. It's just like the inherent hero-villain thing, I guess. Heroes only exist because there's villains, and villains only exist because being a human is hard.
Remember the fucking Portrait of a whatever movie?
Portrait of a Lady on Fire?
Portrait of a Lady... No, not that movie.
Portrait of.
The one with the aliens. And the relationship as a broadcast. That just popped into my head and it felt potent. With the artist, young black kid, he's an artist. He draws a big graffiti mural and he gets sucked up by
Portrait of Invisible Hand or something.
Portrait of an Invisible Hand.
Landscape with Invisible Hand.
Landscape with Invisible Hand.
That was good, yeah.
I just felt that for some reason. Just this whole interaction that's happening right now. It feels like it.
That movie's really cool, I think. And the idea that, like, when they do acknowledge him, the aliens, and he goes there, they want to basically turn it into something that it isn't at all.
It's a spectacle.
And it's like that feeling of, like, where I was before was better. It's just like that idea of, like, those aliens are basically a future humans, exceeding an expansion, going to other places.
Yeah,
and, like,
that's probably why.
Isn't right.
That's probably why it came to mind.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because that means that the aliens were returning to the box.
Yeah, that's
Sorry, I need to
true.
enunciate.
Yeah,
The aliens were returning to the box. The box analogy in this situation is our place of comfort.
Yeah.
We start there, we leave there, we come back.
Mm-hmm.
Story circle, story cycle, hero's journey.
The idea that we, like, had immortality and love and acceptance when we were in Eden, and once we ate the apple of knowledge and good and evil,
The tree of
from the
knowledge
tree
of good and evil.
Ate the apple, then you're kicked out of Eden. But then what did we do? We just tried to look for immortality and contentment. And
We tried to
acceptance again.
create Eden.
We're basically we're trying to get back to Eden. It's not like we left and we're content with being out of Eden. It's like a feeling of wanting to get back to Eden. That is a story arc.
Dude, if you live by the rule of God, please email me and we can have a debate in front of billions of people and just talk and make it a more human conversation and normalize it. First off, I'm going to tell you that you're silly, but then we're going to end off by sucking each other's dicks. Because we're all human.
We all want our dicks, though.
We all are. That's not the point that I was trying to make, but it's a valid point she makes nonetheless. You talked for about 70% of that. I just sat there.
Yeah.
I just sat here and I was just looking at stuff. We tried this twice. It's probably been like...
This is the third time.
It's probably been like 20 minutes now.
Okay, that's good. We're done.
I suppose this is going to be a 20-minute
Listen
upload.
if you want. Don't listen if you don't want to. One day everyone will be listening to us.
Bro, it's already been a significant amount of time. No one's listening by this point in time.
What do you mean?
Cheers. We did it.
We did it.
23 minutes. Give me some cheese.
It was like a podcast.
Yeah, you're jealous of her.